the last morning, the last day of Christmas, and as millions of people go back on their weary way to work, and so do I, we're finishing our wonderful 14 days of Christmas tapping challenge. And I want to thank those of you who have really done it every day, whether you've done it whilst I was live or you've done it in your own time, because I have lots of clients who live in America and Canada. It has been amazing, and I've really loved doing this with you. I thought I would start off by reminding you of all the gifts, because why not? And it's an impressive list. I'm going to read it to you. So I can't look at you right now, I'm just reading the list. And on the first day, we did Ignite, then we did Release, then we did Receive, then we had Trust, Clarity, Courage, Voice or Expression, Rest, and then we had Vision, then we had Change, yesterday we had Enthusiasm, and today, well, I'm going to tell you, not telling you today just right now, because what I want to do first is I want to do the, remind you, I think I did that at some point in December, I want to remind you that practice that I really do strongly suggest you do every day. When you wake up, as soon as you've had your first coffee or whatever it is, you just, or you don't, you just pause and you think to yourself, how do I feel right now? Okay? So I want you to do that, providing you're not driving, obviously. But I want you to do first of all, because today is a tricky day. It's the end of the Christmas season, and everybody's going back to work, and things have not changed. In fact, potentially they've got worse. So we can't sort of march ahead thinking, oh, do you know, we've had all the hype about this. So year one, it's a change, everything's going to be wonderful. It isn't. And we can't let that sort of blight everything. So I'm really passionate about that. So I'm asking you, how do you feel right now? And in 0 to 10, 0 is not very much, so that's no need to bother. But if it's kind of quite strong, give it a number. And then we're going to tap on that. So there will be many people today who are feeling that they don't want to go back to work. They've had 2 weeks off, most people have had 2 weeks off, and it's made them realise they're in the wrong job, or whatever. There's been some family crisis at Christmas, and you know the gloss of Christmas, all the lights and everything is going. Everybody's back, the decorations off. We're hitting January. Not the January, I'm going to the gym every day January, or I'm changing January. We've done change, remember? No, the real January. The January where it's dark, it's cold, and nothing has changed. But we can help with EFT tapping. Tapping on the side of the hand. I want you to say, even though I feel whatever it is today, and I feel it quite strongly, I accept this is where I'm at right now. And I'm going to be working with this feeling right now. I'm going to accept this is a very legitimate feeling. I'm entitled to my feelings, and I don't need to push them down. I'm going to bring it to the fore. And I feel the way I feel. Now, when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty meh. I was feeling like, oh God, it started again, the world is falling apart again, me. So I did exactly what I'm telling you to do. I tapped on it. And then I made some decisions, which is what I'm asking you to do this morning. Okay, so we're tapping on whatever it is you're feeling this morning. And then we're going to just focus on that. This morning I'm feeling whatever, sad, upset, angry, I don't know, whatever you're feeling. A bit meh, unhappy, whatever, cold. This morning I'm feeling like this. I accept this is the way I'm feeling. This is the way I'm feeling. We're not destroying the feeling. We don't want it to disappear. We're just accepting this is what we're feeling right now. This is the way I feel. And that's okay. I'm entitled to my feelings. This is my feeling, and this is the way I feel. 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 Take a breath. So now we've acknowledged how you're feeling. And then I want you to think to yourself, what would I rather feel? Or there's another question you can ask yourself, does this feel familiar? Is this an old story playing out? And in my case, it was an old story. I discovered whilst I was tapping that, in fact, I was trying to relive an old story, which generally involves me getting involved in things that are happening outside of my world and getting very upset about it for no particular reason, because there's nothing I can do about whatever is going on in the world. So what would you choose to feel instead? Now, you know that emotions, feelings rotate all the time. When you see a small child, I've told you this many times, when you see a very small child, 18 months old, their emotions rotate all the time. They get very happy, and then they're very sad, and then they're very upset, and then they get angry, or whatever. And they change. And throughout their little childhood, we learned to behave properly, and we also learn what the emotions of our families, what are acceptable and what isn't. So my family of origin, we didn't do sadness ever. We did anger instead. So I learned as a small child that you never ever, it wasn't safe to be sad, which is sad in itself. So if you want to know more about that, I'm very happy to do a session about that. Let me know in the comments. So now we're going to choose. How do you choose to feel? Because you have a choice. Okay? So what do I choose to feel? Have a think. What would you rather feel? I'm feeling a bit meh. What do you want to feel? And don't go for happy or joyful or wonderful. Go for something that's kind of achievable. So if you're feeling that, oh God, you've got to go back to work and you're not fancying it, you feeling that this time I'm going to be in charge. I'm in charge of my work life. I'm taking charge of my work life. That's what I want to feel. Okay? So tap on the side of the hand and say, even though I was feeling like blank, whatever you felt this morning, right now, 5 minutes ago, I choose to feel whatever you want to feel instead. And I accept myself. I choose to fill in the blanks. And I accept myself. I choose to fill in the blanks. I accept myself. And I acknowledge I felt that way and it was perfectly fine, but now, 5 minutes later, I've changed my mind. I want to feel something else. So on this morning of the 6th of January, 5th of January, we've all lost days. 5th of January 2026, I choose to fill in the blanks. And I accept myself. And you can just tap on that. I choose to feel motivated. I choose to feel energized. I choose to feel rested. I choose to feel smiley. I choose to feel okay. That's perfect. I choose to feel okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling okay. On the whole, give or take, I choose to feel okay. 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 And take a breath. It's a very simple practice. You can do it every day. You wake up, how do I feel right now? I feel whatever. And if you feel a good feeling, you can build up on it. So you can also say, and I want to feel more of this. The other thing to remember is holding on to feelings. So today I'm feeling happy. And if you hold on to it and you don't let it flow and share it, it will die. Because feelings have to move. Again, I'm very happy to do a group session about feelings and how they work. Because it's not very complicated. I can explain it to you in an hour and you will know how to manage your feelings better. If anybody is interested, let me know. So, back to the gift for today. I'm pushing the boat out this morning. I don't care. Today's gift, the last gift of the Holy Kings of Christmas for the baby Jesus, as we said at the beginning, is hope. Let this land with you. There's a very neglected feeling in our world where hope is really, really not very often an option. We are being sold unhappiness, despair, powerlessness, or abundance, more stuff. But hope is a very basic human feeling. Hope that the sun will rise tomorrow. Hope that something nice will happen today. Hope that you're listening to me right now. That sort of hope. So, I'm going to invite you, we're not going to do objections this morning because we've just cleared a lot of stuff. I'm going to invite you to think about hope. What does it look like to you, hope? And I don't know, we started with a sunrise and we're going to end with a sunrise. Because for me, hope is a sunrise also. So all these days ago, 12 days ago, we started, I can't remember what the word was, but it was a sunrise that came into my mind as an image. And suddenly I realized we're closing with a sunrise. Because the sun rises. Whatever happens, wherever we are, however we're feeling, the sun will rise. Even though we can't see it, even though it's snowing, it's raining, whatever, the sun rises. And that's hope. And we don't know what will happen next. But that very, very simple fact is hope. And when you think of that, where do you feel it in your body? The sun will rise, because it does. And I feel my breath, I feel like my lungs are breathing easier when I remind myself of this fact. However bad things are, the sun will rise. That's hope. And we are claiming hope again. There's a lot of campaigning in the UK at the moment. I don't live in the UK, but there's a lot of campaigning in the UK. The Green Party has got that slogan, make hope something worthwhile again. And I think it's a really, really good idea. So, have you got it? You've got hope in your heart, in your chest, wherever it lives. You're going to tap on that. Even though I've just remembered what hope feels like. And even though around me the world is doing whatever the world does, this year, this week, this day, I am not going to let myself buy into that story. I am going to invite hope in my life. I am not going to buy into the old story. I will not spend my time looking outside of myself for proof that hope doesn't exist. I shall instead focus on the very simple, hopeful fact: the sun will rise tomorrow. The sun will rise tomorrow whether I'm there or not. It just does. And that is hope. And then we're going to just tap on that, hope. Whatever it feels to you, hope. There we go. Hope. Sunrise. The beauty of it. The fact that you know it does because daylight happens. You can't see it. Sunrise anyway. The sun doesn't care about how you're feeling. It rises because that's what it does. And what about if you did that too? Whatever happens in the world, whatever happens, you rise like the sun. And you do what you do, and you bring light to the world around you, not the great big world out there. And you bring smile, and you real gentle, whatever. Just fill in the blanks. What about if I was to rise also like the sun and brought light, lightness of heart? I don't know, small kindnesses to people around me in my world. What about that, eh? You've got all those gifts. Go and make use of them. Now these videos are going to disappear after a month because that's Mr. Facebook's way of doing things these days, but I will put them on my YouTube channel. If you want access to my YouTube channel, please let me know, because you can play these videos again and again and again. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that this is a very big group, which is very, very, very inactive, really, because not many people are interacting. What I'm planning to do is I'm going to, I hope it's okay with you, but I'm going to just go through all the videos, and I'm going to invite the people who watched and people who interacted with me to join a new Facebook group where we are going to actually do some work on EFT tapping, and in that same way, not every day, but there will be something, because I really want to grow movement now, and I think it really works. Certainly worked for me, but I don't want to carry dead weights. There's too many people in this group that are not engaged, which is fine, you know, we're all very busy. But if you're okay with that, I'm going to contact all of you who have participated, and if you have friends who you think would enjoy it, let me know. It's going to be a public group, because having a private group is a pain. And we are going to see what will develop. I'm planning to at least do a full moon and a new moon tapping session, but there might be other things. Let me know if you're interested, and that's all about it, really. I have had an amazing time. I have loved this. It has been a challenge for me because I've never done this before, and it seems to have impacted on some people. I've really, really loved it, and I thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will be in touch. Let me know if you want to be in a new group. Let me know if you have friends that you would like, you think would like it. It's going to be more interactive, but it's going to be much, much smaller. I mean, I'm looking for like 20, 30 people, so that we can really get down to it and get to know each other and stuff. So I send you lots of love. Don't forget, the sun will rise tomorrow. You take care. Bye.